My name is Robert Whiteley from Windies Caribbean TV, and is my good friend Trevor McIntosh that we haven't met for a long time. Trevor, how are you?
I'm fine.
Nice to meet you.
Glad to be here.
And we are at the Parklands Hall banqueting suite in Hockley, Birmingham. Please, I've seen a lot of your things on the TV, on the phone about legends, but we've never really come to talk about it. What can you tell me about Legends today?
Okay, UK Legends of Legends started a vision I had personally, because I was a DJ in my own right, to be fair. Been doing it from the 70s, come now. But around in the 90s, we had all of a sudden we had the Gaza and the Gully scene, the music scene change around here. And what has happened is, there was nobody wanted to play UK Lovers Rock or UK reggae. I don't really say Lovers Rock because I don't put people in the boxes, we'll go on to that. But nobody was willing to play, it was only the FCF nightclub, which you would be familiar with, where you could go and you could literally, on a Saturday night, go and hear a few of that style of music.
So were you a DJ at the FCF club before?
Yes, I was a resident DJ for over 20 odd years, playing UK Lovers and UK reggae. That's what I did. That's what Gay Crash Legends, that's what I was about.
Okay. Yeah. So that's what attracted you to formulate UK Legends.
Yes,
it started embryonically in the DJ stages.
It started there. But another inspiration I had, we had a program called the North Birmingham program in the north in Birmingham. So basically, what that was about on a Friday, I was a volunteer actually. I was a volunteer to play the DJ and what happened there, it was a program set up for guys who have gone into the mental health institute or in the homes or wasn't getting a break. So we would put on an event on the Friday.
Right.
We would play music, they would have karaoke, and that's how we bring them back in the community. And we were bringing one or two artists, like Dennis Bovell and UK artists. They will come in and that gave them a feeling that what it's like, that they're still part of the community.
So what make you think of the UK artists instead of bringing artists from abroad like Jamaica?
Okay, my reasoning behind that is I've always been one culturally like that. Now, the way my view and how I see it is that my parents came here as Windrushers, because we do hear the talk and we do hear the story. Yeah, my parents came here in about 55, I believe. Yeah. Now I was born 1960, right? So I went back to Jamaica and I came back here, but went to school in the 70s here, right? But what I found out that the UK scene,
it was lacking.
Not in the UK scene, the first generation created a new form of music. Let's put it that way. A lot of people call it Lovers Rock, but it is UK reggae to me. So the Lovers Rock scene was it's a first generation type of music. And what has happened is, if you think of Gregory Isaac and Dennis Brown, some of those styles, even Marley, some of those styles are in the rubber dub Jamaica scene, as you call it. But for some reason, the UK reggae scene, the Lovers Rock scene, got lost, and it's not being played on no mainstream.
So your first event, can you recall your first event that you did?
Yes, the first event, actually, I can tell you, it actually started.
And the artist that was on the show?
Yes, I can give you. I was actually I was DJing in Nottingham, actually, and when I was standing in a room and my friend said, that is Azagad from the Natural Light. Him sing the picture on the wall, and I couldn't believe that is Azagad. And he was just there normally like we. And I just remember going up to him and I said, are you the Azagad from the... He said, yeah. And I said, you know what? And from then, I made the link and I remember it was the very first artist I bought into Hansard, to be fair. There was no master plan behind it. I mean, it was a big risk, to be fair, because those were the days, you didn't even sell a ticket. You back yourself that people are gonna come in. I remember putting on the show and do all what you did. And I remember 11
So where was the show held?
It happened in the FCF Social Club in Hans on the South Road, And I remember looking out the door 10 o'clock. Oh, I didn't see anybody.
Word.
Oh yes, because you think
I'm used to that.
You think have I slipped? What have I done here? But you know what? It worked out, and the people had a great time. And from then on, one became.
What was the turnout like?
It's probably about 150 people turnout at the time. So we had a good turnout. So the main ethics is where we had enough to make sure that we could have paid people to DJs and perform. But by then we had a name anyway, so it kind of incorporated everything. But when I looked at the whole idea of saying, yeah, it kind of the people is something, there's a section of the community who want to believe in that, because what you got to understand about this game is, right, yeah, I asked myself the question, right, what am I going to leave behind? You must see the younger generation come up, right? I was fortunate that I grew up on Scar and all them, but I'm also a first generation who grew up on UK, Lovers Rock and UK
So you were
music.
looking at the legacy side
Yes,
of things,
yes.
and not just the business side.
Not just the business side of it, because if you know them say if you chase money that never come, you have to have a passion for what you do.
Yeah, there has to be a philosophy behind it.
And a
as well.
passion for what you
Yes.
do, you know.
So after the first year and thing like that, obviously you went back into the drawing room and start seeing where you went. You could polish things up, and then you improve after that to bring more artists for your second year.
Well, yes, I got brave after the first one, as you do, it give you like a strength. So I started to look around and I said, you know what, I knew a few artists because of the previous thing, and I gave Winston Reedy a call, and obviously I've always have Azigad on there. So one became two, so it's even got a little bit more trickified, and the
Numbers start to add up.
yes, and to be fair, I remember that one with a passion actually, because what actually happened is, from the first experience, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I didn't see anybody because we weren't professional enough, so we were going to sell tickets and whatever. It's all on backing yourself. And I remember, I knew FCF background as a DJ there, that if people saw cars parking outside the venue, them would just come in.
Gravitate to
Yes,
coming in.
because people drive and stop and look. So I had to covertly get a couple of my friends them some free tickets and get them park up outside the club. They parked up. So
As
when
a
you
decoy.
yes, so when you came outside the club, there was a row of cars. So people started saying, well, and you know, so
Full.
yes, full, and then so I remember that one with quite a yes,
Passion.
but with a kind of passion. And then you looked at it, and you know, people said, no, this is what we want. You know, we have a UK reggae. I try not to say UK Lovers Rock, because I think you're put in a box, because most of the artists in the UK sing, they're artists and they sing all type of song, but sometimes you're put in a box to say Lovers Rock, which is not exactly true, because a lot of the artists sing roots and culture, they sing, call it whatever you choose.
It's become a brand and
Yes.
identity,
Yeah.
more than anything else.
Well, just remember, you know, the Lovers Rock scene in the 80s, if you was around here, right, this was our thing, yeah? We embraced Jamaica music, but UK was about us, the likes of Tippa and all them guys there, and, you know, Bashara, all these guys was telling a story, because that's the thing with the music industry nowadays. Now, from my perspective, the one is that I don't tell enough story of the youths of today, what's really going on.
So how do you feel now that you've gone on and you're in your 13th year? And I can see from that there's a lot of artists now on your show, because you must have put a lot of time, your partner and yourself, into this now to bring it to this. What do you see for the future?
What do I see for the future? Well, I'm hopeful, because I know when we started the UK Legend of Legends program, there was not many young black youths around here actually singing UK style reggae, because them gravitate to the Jamaica, the hip hop, call it what you want. But no, there's quite a few youths who are actually doing the music. And for me personally as well, I chose my daughter as the template to say, because the big thing for me, could I get a young person to actually come back into this style of music and be a recording artist in their own right? And we're happy to say we've done that.
So on this show that you're having on the 16th of March,
16th of March.
yeah, how many artists you have?
Oh gosh, we have 15 artists, right? But we have also a lot of the artists will come and support to be in the, but we have about 15 performing. So we have
And supporting artists as well.
yes, man. Combine it with that, because one of the things that I wanted to change, that I feel we're changing now, that after 40 years in the business around here, normally when a big show comes to Birmingham, we do provide a lot to the reggae industry, and we'll always support the reggae show. But a lot of these big reggae shows, you really see young artists from around the era on these shows as a next lift up.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and that is what UK Legends try to do, because they'll be on here. We put artists in their
Young
own right,
artists.
from own right here, and we would treat those artists not as just warming up artists. They are part of the whole program as part of an artist, and we put it to the world. Yeah, we have Clear Angel, who's just come off the X Factor. We have Leisha Mack. We have a guy named Popular. You know, we have so we have.
So it's a talent. It's a place where talent can grow as well.
Yes, man, because there's, you know, when you think last year we attracted over 20 cities. Yeah. So, you know, when I sit in this great place and I look out and there's so many different people, so many different people. But like I said, you know, the Legends got a good history. What I have said to you know, Bob, the Legends also linked to the Simmerdown Festival.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the one that is held in Hansard Park.
Yes, I will give you a little bit of history on that. We were at the FCS Social Club and we just wanted to make a next step. So we approached the drum at the time when it was at its height to say, well, how could they support us in taking Legends to the next level? So what we actually did, we went and, as you do, you brave up and you ask a question. And I remember meeting up with Mukhtar at the time, and he said, you know what, we'll give this a try.
He was in charge of the drum.
Well, he was the art director in a sense, so he did that sort of thing because of organization with different things. So I remember specifically, I said, yeah, got excited because that time I had Barry Biggs and I had John McLean and quite a few guys to come on the Legends program. So the drum was starting up Simmerdown because Legends is longer than Simmerdown, and they were actually in Hansard Park. So
It's a yearly event as well.
yes, a yearly event. It's a massive festival. So I was asked, why don't you put Ken Boothe on the event? Because it would boost the event and Legends would happen and Ken Boothe would be in the park. Wasn't 100% convinced of it, but as you do, you just want to make friends, so you went along with it because my concern was Ken Boothe was kind of singing in the park, and my common sense tell me no in the area. Would people come once them see him?
That, yes.
Once them see him and everything. So it went dreadfully wrong, to be fair. It went dreadfully wrong, and I remember the drum said, well, I don't think this is something that we
They're
can
going
really
back.
going forward because, right, not looking at the, so I kind of lick your wounds, as they would say, and I went back, go to the house and scratch my head, and I decided, you know what, no, I'm going to give it one more shot, then if it really fail, if you really feel,
Brave man.
yes, you have to think about it now because lots of money was lost, and I think to myself, whoa, well, I'm on my own again here, you know what I mean? So this time I said, well, you know, I'm going for boss. So this time in that little club, I decided to bring in about 5 artists and make it. Said, you know what, this is gonna be it.
And the venue?
We say, I went back home. I went back where I started. Yes, I went back where I started because I made the step up there and then I got knocked down. I said, you know, I go back and say, prove it to myself and put the show on. And I remember putting in the work and same philosophy where I started again and not knowing what to expect on the night. That time my partner was collecting money all the time because she's out, not too sure what she was thinking at the time, but them back you in every way because them say, I feel my idea, so she got along, she collecting the money at the time. And I remember, I just remember come out when we look, the whole of Soul Road locked down. People came from all over.
You think it couldn't be me?
No, when we look on Soul Road, the whole, I didn't know where the people came from. We say all of a sudden, you see, it was not a professional thing at the time, Those times you put on show, we're not selling tickets like in a record shop to say 100 people come in. It's all unfair to deal with. And when I look outside and when I see the queue, the whole place locked down. The people came to see coffee and all them. When we look up Soul Road and all, I think when the authorities saw it, they couldn't do anything because it has gone to, I don't think nobody knew what to expect. And when the drum heard of it and they got to realize that...
Well, you must have been excited.
Yes.
When you look outside.
Oh, God.
See you've done it.
Look, right. Look, I remember picking up Mike Anthony on the night, early, right? And he got a bit lost, so as an artist, you try to put everything involved. And I remember coming up the Villa Road and as I turned left, and I was in my heart, cars, please. Mike is talking to me, I'm not hearing him, So when I'm looking around, you're looking around, if you don't see no car, you think, oh God, I got all these people to play, this thing you drop. But when I looked around and I started to see cars, smile come from my face, because I kind of knew the area. If there was cars there, people would gravitate to it, because it was the main thing. And it was a massive success, and then we knew we had to move to the next level. So I went back to the drum, And then we formed the partnership again. But the next time when it was left to...
And your partner was smiling. I can imagine how she was smiling. This
Yes,
time when
man.
she saw
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
success.
yeah. Well, obviously,
It
you know,
always makes
yeah,
women
you know,
smile.
yes, man. You know, they might keep the secret and not say nothing, but then just make you do yes. And we went back to the drum, and then it stopped the drum, and then the drum, yeah. And so that's so over the years, it's really been good for the community, not just hands right now, because people are backing it right to say, well, listen, because you know we've even had the massive pleasure last year. We had the massive pleasure last year, right, of going behind Wilson Green Prison as a Black History Month with this, telling the story of the UK legends. Right. Yeah, and we had various people here from, you know, pick up the guys, and I must careful what I say because they were, yeah, it was actually my own daughter sang behind here, and the story was, it's like I was saying to some of the prisoners them there, right? Yeah, when I started it, yeah, because obviously you're sitting, you guys are being locked up and then come out and you're in a different environment, you know, you can't just walk out of it, you know. And, you know, I remember saying, look, it's one thing I know, you know, when I was a young man, you know, I could see very far, but if you take the further you look, the less you see. So I remember saying to a lot of prisoners, I got their attention and said, look, the question I asked, I posed the question, you know, is that, look, our parents came here in 1950, in the 50s with a dream as we in Russia, came with a big dream, right? We know it hasn't worked out for them. The question was, whose responsibility it is to carry on? That is my question. Whose responsibility? So obviously what I say to my own kids, them look, yeah? I'm not saying we shouldn't look at our history from, must know your history from afar, but you must look on the history of where you sit, because it's going to tell you which direction you're going to go. So our parents came here with a vision, never work off with them. We're still here.
But sometimes we carry on from our parents
yes,
as well.
Yes.
Because they lay a platform.
They lay the platform for it, exactly.
And because if that platform wasn't there, we wouldn't be here neither.
Yeah.
So each one is standing on the shoulders of another.
Each one.
So I wanted to lead you in with your daughter.
Oh, my daughter.
Because yes, because I know that your daughter is singing on the show.
Yes.
And also you said she sang at Wilson Green. Can you tell us about your daughter? Okay,
my daughter Alicia Mack, well documented. You can, yeah. Unfortunately, my daughter, I won't say unfortunately, but my daughter has fully blown sickle cell. It's been a journey. It's not been an easy journey, right? And it's never an easy journey. I remember seeing unfortunately when she was about 18 months, the sickle got that bad that it destroyed her spleen. We all have a spleen. We can live with a spleen. It's like a sponge and it protects us against certain things. Yeah. But unfortunately, I remember the day when the doctor said, well, look, you know, it has to be removed. We had to make that decision because obviously she was too young to make that decision, and we went through it. And then when she was 13 going to school, yes man, she was going to school and she was an A1 student doing her thing and whatever. And unfortunately, when she was 13, she had a mini stroke. She had a stroke. We get to the hospital on the night, so obviously it sort of, I think it was on the left side. So a lot of the things that she had learned in school had disappeared overnight. So she had to rebuild it. Yes, because she had to rebuild it. And you know, if anybody who know about with sickle, and a lot of people sing about sickle cell and that kind of stuff. But understanding it is a two different thing. I will come back to a point as a dad, not as a dad. Things that can upset me in the industry, and I think I have a platform to speak it, so I will do. Yeah, so when, you know, I got to realize through all our journey, she was kind of, you know, she was not in a good place, let's put it that way, both mentally, physically, life-wise, and so challenging, you know. So, you know, obviously I was with the journey with her, and we lived together, and I tried to take on some of your pressures, because obviously if you are a young person, every month, every so often you're going into hospital, you want to be young, you want that crossover, you want to do everything where young people do, but you have a disability. And you know, if you don't manage it properly, and you know, when young people are young and you're telling them something with them.
So how did she break into singing?
Well, she was always singing around the home, you know. Okay. Because I was looking the key. I was looking the key for life.
Therapy.
Yeah, I was looking for the key to say what, you know, and I was being led down the wrong channel, you know. You know, I always say, no man, you're supposed to do this, right? So I remember, like, I'm always playing my music, and funny enough, right here, I was playing I have a culture club record that I was playing, yeah, and it's called I Wanna Be Loved. And she hear the music, and yeah, And she was singing to it and joking, so I could record that. But because of a man who knew a few people, I know Louis Brooks, he was a producer that's down the road. We say, you know, we're going to go in the fair, just for because she wasn't in a good place. And we went in the studio and we called it New Love, we recorded the song, and next thing we know, you look like you have something here, you know, we're gonna work on it. And because during our sickle cell history, she was also on the Sunday Mercury. There was a pilot did some, oh God, he did a charity thing years ago when she was a baby, and she was in the papers then, and I was asked the question, is the same girl? So he was put into the Sunday Mercury. The Sunday Mercury chased down Boy George in America, and he gave the blessing. So that gave us the courage now to and I got to realize that with all the ups and downs and the trouble of it, is that the music is 50% of our, yes, no matter what medication she have, you know, because she's always singing.
And how is she doing now?
Yes, man, you know,
She's recording?
Oh God, she's got an album out, done but not out, that's online. We've just recently had
She writes as well?
Oh gosh, yes, she writes half the song she writes herself. You know, we've just had Vinyl Gem production in London, who's been tracking her for a while and want to do an album with her, and she's just written a song to that. And you know, so she's doing
fantastic. Yes, Trev, we were talking about your daughter and her illness and how she's improved to be a singer and thing like this. But I noticed that you've got two daughters. Can you tell us about your other daughter?
Oh, fantastic, man. My other daughter, for now, her journey is also, she hasn't got sickle cell. She's fine. But at the moment, she's a top dancer for the Hippodrome. She wanted to be a ballet dancer, to be fair, and she's been at the Hippodrome since the age of 1. And, you know, she went to, I won't say the school because we're live on TV, but when she went to main school, she got a big concern that maybe in these times she would be bullied and all them kind of stuff like that. So, because she's a top class ballet dancer, yeah, looking to go to art school, to be fair, and she took up karate as a kata, I must pronounce it right, as a self-defense.
So when did she start ballet school?
From the age of, she's 14 now, she started from about 2. So she's actually progressed so much into that, you know, obviously we live in the inner cities, and because of the Hippodrome being, she actually every Saturday, about 2-3 years now, she goes and teaches the 5-year-old. So, you know, we bounce off. So she took up karate as a defense mechanism, really going into main school. So, you know, with bullying and what you hear on TV. It's about 4 or 5 years now, I believe that happened, right? But within the first year of doing kata in karate, right, she was actually the regional champion. She fought for the regional championship because the ballet and the karate intertwine, don't they?
So you're blessed.
Yes,
in many ways.
Yes, and at present, she even up to last week, you know, she defended. For her age group, she's the UK national champion. She's also the Welsh League champion, and she's part of the England squad at the moment that's formed a lead team to fight at European level, which is taking her to Slovakia next year. And well, she's going to be there fighting for a week. So if there's, you know, while I'm here, if there's any sponsors out there looking to sponsor a young karate, just let me know. I'll let Bob know.
How do you manage to get around to taking your daughter and doing all these things and still have time to focus on UK legend? It's quite commendable.
Well, it's like, you know, I know them say men can't multitask, but we've learned to multitask in that way, because with my first daughter and the music, that's kind of cool because it's part of what we do. And as for my second daughter, you know, we all work together as parents. So when if I'm there, when you know, we have to fit everything in. Like I wouldn't miss championships or anything major. And when I get the call to do certain things, I have to just drop everything, just jump in and everything. So we make it work because it has to work.
Yeah. Well, one thing I can say, you're a man about town,
well, yeah.
And I got to commend you on playing so many different parts, and I look forward to on the 16th of March 2010. I know it will be a roadblock.
Oh,
so
crikey.
Once again, my friend, it's a pleasure seeing you and meeting you.
Very much so.
All the best.
This time.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Shaz.
Good
How are you?
afternoon. I'm fine, thank you.
Yes, I know you're part of the UK Legend and you've been with this organization for some time. And we've just interviewed Trevor. But I know you do a lot for the community in terms of the banqueting suite and also UK Legend. Could you tell us a little about what you do, especially the community work?
On the community side of things, the two are actually entwined, as in UK Legends of Legends supports a lot of things in the community, and where I'm also based here at Parklands, they also provide a lot of things in the community. The two go hand in hand. They do a big event in Handsworth Park called Bringing Communities Together.
I think I've heard of it.
It's a very successful event, and we have a health awareness place of stalls that give information on dementia and various other things that are going on in the community.
All to do with health.
All to do with health.
Yes.
And then there's a recreational area for the children, and then there's obviously food and entertainment. We never do anything without entertainment. And the two go very well together. And we had Birmingham Mind involved in it as well.
Is this a charitable organization?
It is, it is. Now, Birmingham Care Group is supported by Parklands. So the events that Parklands put on, as in the funerals and anything that they do, that supports the Birmingham Care Group.
Right.
And the Birmingham Care Group is a group that's set up that runs a day centre twice a week at Parklands for the elderly and the vulnerable in the community.
And that's done here.
It's done here at Parklands 2 days a week, yes. So.
And how do you find the community? Do they really gravitate to the Parklands here? Do they?
Yes, a lot of people come for the first time. They sort of say, "Didn't know this place was here," and we've had a lot of repeat business. But people are very forthcoming in supporting it, and as you've just discussed with Trevor, it is now the home of UK Legends of Legends as well.
So, on a broader scale, where the community is concerned, what do you see that you could do, or the organisation could do, to attract more of the community utilising the Parklands?
Okay, well, we're an organisation here that are willing to help anybody. So if they come to us with an idea, it could be a dinner and dance or something, then we're more than able to accommodate that. We've recently done the Birmingham Soho Ward dinner and dance, and only Saturday night we had the Elders Ball here, which was an awards that recognises elders within the community for their achievements and things that they have done through their lifetime as well.
Does the
So we're
Birmingham
very
City-
supportive.
The Birmingham City Council, do they know of this place and what it does? Do they
I can't say they don't know of it, but they don't come in here
Participate.
actively to say that they're
Right.
supporting it like that.
Right.
They
And-
don't.
And the people mainly that comes here, is from the Afro-Caribbean.
Yes, it is from the African Caribbean Society community, I mean, and by word of mouth, we're getting out there on our Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, and each time an event is held here, depending on how it's been portrayed, people then sort of like, out of their curiosity,
Let me go in and check.
let's go and have a look for
Yeah.
ourselves, yeah.
And you find that how many times a week do you have the Afro-Caribbean coming in? Do they come in for dinner? They come.
Well, the day centre is 2 days a week.
Okay.
And so that's where that sits. We also have funeral wakes that tend to be weekly, so that's always opening the door to new people. We have the Legends, as you know, which is an annual event. We also have various other things that go on, like birthday parties. We had a 90th here, we had a 100th birthday party here. So there's lots of things that generate the interest from the community that way. But it's not just an open door where it's open 24 hours a day and things
Right,
like that
no.
for people to just pop. No, it would only be open for specific events.
Right. So definitely, though, obviously you need for people to know about it to be able to deal with the cost.
Well,
of
we're
it,
trying
because-
to do that. We're trying to generate as much support and interest. We want people to come to us and offer us whatever it is they can do in supporting us as well. We get donations from Greggs and Tesco's, and we go out and feed the homeless on twice a week. We do that, as well as the people that come to the day centre, the service users. They receive that as well.
So you also do charitable work outside?
Yes, we
this-
do. We're very, very active in the community. Very, very active in the community.
And you suggested something about an award. next week?
Coming up this week, actually, both Trevor and myself have been nominated, which was
Wow.
quite a surprise for me. I was really taken aback, I can tell you. I was up for a community award. I've been nominated for that, and Trevor's been nominated in the, let me get it correct, the veterans category, because of his long service in terms of the years that he's been actively doing things. Trevor's a man of many, many talents. He coordinates and does things for the sickle cell charity cricket match that he does. He's involved with the Simmer Down along with myself. We've also both been involved with Jamaica in the Square. As we say, our baby is UK Legends of Legends, and our other baby is bringing the communities together, which we do with Birmingham Care Group and Parklands Banqueting
I
Suite.
just wanted to touch on, because I remember vaguely you mentioned that you went to Jamaica with Stead.
Oh,
And
yes,
I
we
always
went
like
as
to
part.
include him in it for more reason than one.
Okay, yes,
What
Stead.
was your journey like that? Just reminiscing.
Trevor and Stead were two very good friends up until his untimely death. And prior to his death, the year before that, there was a legacy tour for cricket, which stemmed from the Olympics. When Birmingham hosted the Jamaicans and the Americans, that's right, they were here. And there was an agreement that before the following Olympics, there would be an exchange programme
Right, to Jamaica.
to Jamaica. And Stead arranged this tour with the cricket team, a young cricket team, and Trevor and I went over and supported it. And so we were there in Jamaica, and I tell you what, it was fantastic.
loved it.
I loved it.
So
We travelled Jamaica with
them. It's a
them.
memory to have of Stead that one
Yes,
has
it
to
is a
treasure,
very good memory.
You know.
And then since his death, I mean, he had an event that was called, originally it was called the Malcolm Marshall Sports Day, and it then became Birmingham Sports and Culture Day. I have so many things to remember, forgive me.
No.
And we've kept that going as well, and we support his brother Terence Wallen with that, both Trevor and myself. But Trevor is a very key player in that, along with a young man by, I think his name's Eaton Gordon. Yes, Eaton. So yeah, they're very, very active in keeping that going, and hopefully now that Stead has passed on, we will keep that going for years to come as well.
I'm fascinated with the way the energy and the enthusiasm in which you talk about things. How do you manage to unfold so many things? You know?
It's very difficult. You know, sometimes people say what you see on the outside is not necessarily what's on the inside, but Trevor inspires me and keeps me going. He's a man that's come into my life for a reason, because he has been able to let me take out the good in me and show it on the outside too. The two of us work together that way, and
can see
he
that.
keeps me going. He's very fit, he's very active, and his community passion that he has is rubbed off on me now, and I too have now embraced that passion. So I'm happy that you say that.
Yes.
I don't know how I keep going, I just do.
No, it shows, because I can see the light from both of you illuminating.
We
when you
really
talk
do
about
enjoy what
the
we do. We
community.
really do enjoy working for the community. It's not always about money.
No, it
a lot of
isn't.
times you have to put your own time and effort into things to get a result. And it may take years before you get it, but we know, keep working at it and it will get there.
No, but you are getting it.
Yeah, we are.
Because
We're
you-
getting there.
You know, we can see the exudeness of the excitement when you speak about it, both you and
I
Trevor.
do. I do. I love what I do. I really do love
And
what
how
I
do
do.
you see long term? What would you like to leave? What would you know, some sort of...
The mark I'd like to
yes.
leave for I'd like my daughter and my grandkids to just be proud of me anyway in all that I do. And I would really ultimately love to see both the Birmingham Care Group and Legends of Legends, I don't know, leaving its mark so that it becomes a true brand name that people can look at and go, oh, I know that, or I was a part of that, or I attended that. That's what I would like to see. So it's just something that pops up like certain supermarket names, just rolls off the tip of your tongue. That's what I'd really like to see left behind, and to know that I was a part of its creation.
That's a really wonderful thing. And on that note, we would like to wish you and Trevor and all that is involved every success. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.